Good morning. Welcome to day 20, Friday, April 26, 2024. I had like the best night's sleep ever after having kind of two restless nights on trail, which usually doesn't happen for me. So I'm fully rested. Slept in till 6. Wow. I showed you a little clip of the breakfast buffet they have down there. I just went down for coffee and OJ. Just got showered, about to go down, get some real breakfast. I've been craving cereal and they have some good selections. So I'm gonna do that. And then we'll run around town and do some errands. I would say these next maybe 3-4 minutes. I know a lot of people who watch these videos already know all about Far Out. It's an app, but I have some relatives and maybe even some friends who don't. I know I mention Far Out a lot and just assume everyone knows what the heck I'm talking about. So I thought this would be a good chance just to explain it a little bit. So Far Out is an app that lots of hikers use, and you basically buy whatever trail you're gonna do. So you buy the Pacific Crest Trail section, it downloads on your app, and it'll show you the beloved red line, which is the actual trail, the PCT. And you can look at it different ways, like this is how the map mode looks. And you can see that it's showing the red line is north of Big Bear Lake, where I'm at right now. And it just gives you all these little icons, little tent icons for camping options, little water droplet icons, town icons. It basically gives you a whole bunch of information. But the very best part about it is that you don't need to have cell service because it just uses the GPS on your phone. So like for instance, every night wherever I camp, I just take a screenshot of where I'm at on the trail and it looks like this. And you can see there he is, Thirsty Alpinist, camped at whatever mile marker that is. And then really the most useful feature for everyone out here is it's a crowdsourced real-time commenting system. So for any icon, like you click on a particular, like I'll show you this Forest Service road where I camped, anyone can click on that icon and you can see in order by date, people leave comments, lots of water. That's like a seasonal stream there. And I left a comment about the campsite and you could camp there. And people do that all along the trail. So everyone kind of knows, oh, there's water running there, there's not. Oh, this is a sketchy section. Oh, this town, has these lodging options. It's just a great app. Thru-hikers in 2024 are so spoiled compared to, I don't know, even 10 years ago when this technology was not available. I mean, there have been some unmarked twists and turns on the trail where the dirt road that hasn't been used in years looks just like the trail and you got to decide left or right. But guess what? You just pull out Far Out and you see where you're always looking for your red line and you follow the red line. So that's just what Far Out is. I hope that helps explain what I'm talking about when I say Far Out. The other thing that I'll get into maybe later today or actually on the trail is I have my nieces wondering how I eat and what I eat on the trail. So I'll really get into weeds with showing everything and how I make meals and why I'm boiling water. Again, it's a little basic, but it's good. Maybe some people out there have never backpacked and just kind of show you how my system works. And everyone has a different system. Some people don't use it. There's a whole bunch of different ways to do this. This is just the way that I like to do it. Yeah, so that's it for now. Let's go get some breakfast. All right, we're getting ready to hit the town. One of the most important things to do at every stop, especially after the last one, Mission Creek, where I got a lot of water, was so silty and filled with sediment. Back flushing these things really extends the life of them. So just got done doing that, let it dry out. super important. All right, we are out and about. Our first stop is we're gonna check out the barber shop, see if we can get a little trim, and then the sporting goods shop and the post office are kind of in the same area. It is a bit cold out here this morning. I got on my R1 heavy duty fleece. All right, so the next trolley wasn't coming for about another 21 minutes. It's about a 30-minute walk, so I might as well just walk it. This wind, it's colder here than on the trail. All right, so this definitely feels like the more touristy section of town. I'm about a mile away from it, but yeah, typical what you would expect in a mountain ski resort, I guess. But my barber's up here, a couple more streets. No! Well, so much for that. Go to plan B. Okay, I think we found another possibility about a quarter mile away, and it's on the way to the outdoors shop, so let's go see if they're open. Thanks, Google Maps, for not updating the hours. Well, I guess on second thought, in all fairness to Google Maps, he's really not open much. What was that, 2 or 3 days? That's it? All right, I feel like a new man. The beard is gone. My neck is clean. I got no hair. Not that I ever did anyway, but it's all trimmed up. I'm nice and fresh, as the youngins would say. And now I gotta find this sporting goods store. I think we're close. Success, my REI and my resupply. It's been a great errand day so far. It's a nice little view of the lake. All right, we will take the shuttle bus back, so we'll wait here. All right, so just as I was about to give up on the shuttle, because according to Google, it hadn't showed up like 10 minutes past the time. And then all of a sudden it was there. So yeah, the guy was nice, dropped me off right near the hotel. So I'm gonna unload all my stuff, and then I'll probably go out and get some sort of sandwich or sub that I can take with me to eat tomorrow night. Since I have a fridge here, I can get that taken care of now and then not have to worry about it. Come back, organize the backpack, and just relax. So back to the hotel we go. Back to Vaughn's. All right, we're back in the hotel. Looking ahead, trying to get a room in Wrightwood just for one night. And in the meantime, gonna have some lunch, and Sarah and I are gonna FaceTime in a little bit. Awesome. All right, so let's see what all of our errands have gotten for us. Here is all the contents from my resupply box. I have some freeze-dried meals, some Norse sides. A lot of the freeze-dried meals I'll take out of these packages and put them in the Ziplocs. Some jerky, potatoes, Cliff Bars, coffee supplies, Tailwind, honey roasted peanuts, M&Ms, a couple Snickers, Blistex. And I also bought a couple of sandwiches for the first couple nights on the trail, especially since it's cooler conditions. These will keep. I'll also do Subway sandwiches, but these look pretty good, so we're gonna give them a try. All right, so we'll get to packing all that. In addition, from REI, the carbide tips for the trekking poles. So I'm gonna install that. And then, well, housekeeping just tried to get in, so we took care of that. And my broken belt buckle. The outdoor store I went to where I got propane also had a replacement belt buckle. So I did order an original one from Osprey. They guarantee those, but they won't come for a while. So hopefully this will work, and we'll be back in business. So I'm going to get busy getting all that organized. What else goes on in the hotel room? Recharging all electronics. So my Nightcore battery packs are recharged. My little air compressor for the thermarest is recharged. My headlamp is recharged. The InReach Mini is recharged. And obviously all my iPhones are recharged. And so good news, I was already able to reserve a room in the next town, Wrightwood. I'm only going to spend one night there because I'm going to be there. Today's what, Friday? I'll be there next Friday. So I only think I need one night there just to hopefully upload more videos and recharge and get my next resupply package. So that's everything that's going on. I've already prearranged a ride to get picked up from here to back to the trail for tomorrow, and I'll firm that up tomorrow morning. If not, at least right now, there's 3 Uber vehicles in the area. And for about 20, 25 bucks, I can get a ride back. So that's the update for now. Back to organizing. So one other thing, especially with this desert heat, I know I've mentioned a bunch of times now, the tailwind has really helped. I just wanted to have a little more variety in addition to the tailwind. So I got some new flavors, some orange and some grape, just to give that extra boost of electrolytes. And I think I also mentioned with my, when I had the mashed potatoes, I usually bring salt and pepper and just forgot. So luckily this Hilton property has a ton of packets. So I'll just bring these along to season up my taters. So just little things like that make a big difference when you're out on the trail. All right, so we're back in business with our repairs. We've got the carbide tip back on. I also lost a little basket, but that's really not a big deal, and I can pick one up at some point. And more importantly, we've replaced our hip belt buckle system, and we're back in business there. All right, it's about 3:30 in the afternoon. I'd say I'm about 85% organized. I've got a couple of subs in the fridge. I can finish redoing the backpack in the morning. But one thing I always crave in town, whenever I'm backpacking, is salad. Lots of yummy salad. So I'm gonna dig into this. I'm like eating every few hours. I got a whole big thing planned. I have a microwave, so I have strombolis, calzones, I've got chips, I've got fresh pico de gallo, I've got it all. So I'm just gonna keep stuffing myself, and then nightcap with another pint of Ben & Jerry's. So yeah, I'm losing too much weight. I gotta keep eating, especially since in the desert, I don't seem to have much of an appetite. So that's the update. My room for next week in Wrightwood is secured for Friday night. I'm only gonna do one night in Wrightwood. Yeah, so I think we're good. I think I'll probably wrap up for the day here. There's not gonna be a lot of exciting stuff happening. We'll see you in the morning for a near zero day. We'll do half of our time in town and then half of our time on the trail. Another 100 miles or so to Wrightwood. Okay, I lied. This will be the last little segment for the day. You can't help but think about how many more miles there are, and miles per day, and what does that mean of when I could potentially get to Canada. It's fun to think about. A lot can change. Wildfires, there can be trail closures, but yeah. So I think at this point, comfortably, I can do 15 miles a day. When I'm feeling good, I feel like I'm hiking about 10 miles, maybe a little less than an hour. That is break. And I mean, not 10 miles, 10 hours. So like from 6:30 to 4:30, 7 to 5, something like that. And I'm comfortably getting about 18 miles in on a day like that. So 10 hours, maybe like an hour of break time in that 10 hours. So not too bad. And then I feel like I could easily push that up to 20 pretty soon, but depending on the terrain. I know the Sierras are going to slow me down a bit, which is great because it's such a beautiful area. You kind of want to slow down. But you do kind of start thinking about, okay, I'm at mile 266 now, give or take. So that's about 2,400 miles to go. And if I average 15 miles a day, that's going to be another 160 days if I don't take any rest days in town, which is highly, I am going to take more rest days in town. So that's 160 days. That's too long. That's over 5 months, right? Yeah. So probably not the ideal situation. But then if we bump it up to 18 miles a day, we're down to 132 days. That's much more manageable. That's 4.5 months. And add in another few weeks for breaks. That's definitely doable. And then you start really like getting fancy with the numbers and going 20 miles a day, which I think once you get to Washington and Oregon, that's also definitely possible to crank out the miles. Then you're down to 119 days. Obviously, there's a long way to go, but it's just nice knowing that these numbers are manageable, and they make sense because it's such a huge undertaking. It can be overwhelming, especially the first few days if you're doing like only 10 miles a day and you start multiplying that and you're like, man, I'm never going to get done by October. And you probably want to be done by October at the latest. So that's just other stuff you think about when you're on a rest day. So I promise that's it. We'll see you in the morning.